Hi, good day everyone. Sebastian Bureau speaking here. This is a quick video actually just to tell you a bit more about me and what I actually do in property investment in the UK mainly, and how I may be able to help. So let me tell you a bit more about me and my investing journey. My actual professional background is really in the corporate world, where I worked for 15 years for large multinational companies in different countries, in different industries, mainly automotive and energy, very operational type of jobs, general management and managing director. And my most recent role here in the UK was managing director for a business unit at General Electric, where I was looking after a turnover of 120 million pound and 400 people. And but I left this world in 2013, and my wife and I had actually started investing in property in 2008, because at the time we decided that as much as life was good and the money was quite good as well, on the wealth side and the asset side we didn't have that much to show for actually. So we lived in South Africa at the time. I was expat over there, and after getting some education and doing a lot of research, we started investing in Johannesburg in apartments, and we still have this portfolio of a dozen of properties in South Africa currently, which we manage remotely. And we also invested a couple of years later in Paris, in France, leveraging our banking history, our euro income, and the color of my passport, I guess. We arrived here in the UK in 2011, and still quite interested with this property of hobby of ours. Started looking at the market and realized quickly that given the situation of demand and supply in the UK, it was basically a no-brainer to that we should get involved. But the challenge for us is not being from here and not knowing the country. We didn't know how to go about it. How do you buy a property here in the UK? What does the word conveyancing actually mean? How do you raise finance? Oh, you need to use a mortgage broker. We were used in France to just go direct to banks, and they don't have so many different products. And so anyway, needed to get some education, and started looking at where you find courses and networking events about property, and went to quite a few different ones. Ended up stumbling across Property Investor Network and going to my local PIN meeting that just started at the time in Warwickshire, and then PIN being also an organization, a training organization, and because I liked what they stood for, their values, and what they were saying, I enrolled on a few of their courses. I did the immersion course, the accelerator, the MMA in 2012, in November 2012. Then went on to the full year program, which was the 15th edition of Mastermind, and did quite well in 2014, and ended up as one of the top performers. And we've built our portfolio, quite an extensive portfolio in the UK in these few years. And now actually I've been hosting since June 2016 the local Property Investor Network meeting, as a way to give back to the community, the investment community, the Coventry and Warwickshire PIN meeting. So outside of the UK, we own 16 properties between South Africa and France, and here in the UK, so we built a portfolio that stands, as I record this video, as four family lets in the UK, and we control and own 11 house share HMOs, habitation or multi-occupancies, house share co-living space. When you rent the house room by room, and then people share communal areas. So we've got 76 letting units in HMOs, and we also have a block of serviced apartments in Birmingham, in Moseley, that we launched in December 2016, which we still busy building up and looking at expanding this business model of short-term lettings. We've also done a few flips. What that means is buying a property that's got opportunity for value adding through either refurbishment, modernization, extension, or adding value on one another to sell it on for a profit. How we funded these these numerous projects. Many people say, how can you acquire so many properties in such a short term of space? And well, we did it first with our own funds. We never believed in making mistakes and learning with anybody else's money. And then after that, we've been working successfully with private investors on different financial structure bases, either loans or joint ventures. And our current focus is actually to continue growing our portfolio of co-living houses, our share, for professional tenants. It's a market we understand very well. We understand what the profile of the client is. We understand what the product that they're looking for is, and we just want to do more of these because it's really good, and working with again with private investors, building a good business relationship on, because it's a proven model that's proving to be very rewarding for all stakeholders and all parties involved. So there are three ways really that we help people with what we do. One is, of course, to help people selling their properties, and the way we are different and I was going to say better than the open market is it's really understanding what the seller need. People too often think it's all about price, a seller that wants maximum price and a buyer that wants to pay as little as possible. I think one has got to dig a lot deeper than that, understanding what really each party need, and find this complementary arrangement where it's a good ethical win-win for both parties or all parties involved, if there are more than two. And then it's giving speed and certainty. So many sales fall through in the process of selling or buying because of chains being broken, finance not coming through, and we take that away really. If you've ever sold a property, you know how painful that can be. So we give speed and certainty to the sellers. As I mentioned earlier, we also help private individuals and investors to get great returns on their money, whether it's cash deposit that they've got in the bank, earning nothing or actually burning a hole in their pockets, or pension pots, especially if they are in a small self-administered scheme. And then finally, on this private individual and investor support, we've got a different financial structures that suits different needs, and the details of the different offering that we've got, how we structure that is part of another video that if you're interested you should look at or contact me, and I'll give you more details about that. And finally, what we do as well is we help also people do what we do through coaching, consulting, and mentoring through our program Wealth Ahead that we've launched at the end of 2018. And that's working very well with our mentees. A few testimonials of people that have worked with us before. Vanessa was someone who had £50,000 burning a hole in her pocket. She was also in a transitional situation professionally, needed a bit of more income, and she came to us and we helped her with a loan on her money, that helped her a lot in terms of additional income, and of course we could then put this money at good use on various property projects. That's all been refunded with interest in full, and I know Vanessa is looking forward to doing some more with us. Dave and Cheryl Griffin, they've been long-lasting joint venture partners. We've become very good friends actually. We did the first HMO together, that went very well, so we did another one and that went very well, so we've now done 3 different projects together, and we've helped actually Dave leave his part-time day job as a physiotherapist, so he can focus now fully on his passion, which is to be a stained glass artist. And then people like Simon Ducci, of course, chairman and founder of Property Investor Network and Crowd Property, who I've had the opportunity to spend quite a bit of time with and work with. All these testimonials are available on my LinkedIn profile if you want to have a look at these more in details and see actually a few more as well. So really the question is that I've got for you is, who do you know who could be interested in what we do? Who do you know we could help? And any questions you may have, please feel free to contact us by any means that you feel that you prefer, whether you want to drop me an email or give me a call on my mobile. Here is a number, or find me on social media, and don't hesitate to private message me. Happy to answer any questions, any queries, if I can be of assistance. Thank you very much. Speak to you soon.